All right, so we are on day 3 of our slope notes. These ones are going to be shorter. So day 3 addresses what happens when we get lines like these. So go ahead and copy these 2 graphs down and we'll talk about the slope of these. Okay, so hopefully by now you're feeling pretty good. You can find the slope of a line that goes up or the slope of a line that goes down. But what about a straight horizontal line and an up and down vertical line? So that's a good question. So let's look at that left to right line first. So if we think about it as rise over run, well, from this dot to this dot, it rises 0. So we would put a 0 for your rise. It runs 1, 2, 3, 4. So the run is 4. When we write the slope, we would get a slope of 0 over 4, which is like weird. That doesn't make any sense, right? Well, 0 divided into 4 equal groups is 0. So the slope of a horizontal line, so your horizontal slope is always 0. So it doesn't matter where that line is on your graph. If it's a straight horizontal line, the slope is 0, meaning it doesn't grow or get smaller no matter how many figures we go over. That's always 0. So you can do what we just did, where you find the actual slope, the rise is 0, run is 4, slope 0, or you can just remember and know, oh, that's a horizontal line, the slope is going to be 0. So what about a vertical line? Well, you're going to do the same thing. I'm still going to pick 2 coordinate points. This time, my rise is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going down, I guess, technically, so -5. And the run is going to be 0. So our slope could be written as -5 over 0. When you put that in a calculator, though, you're going to get an error message because you cannot take 5 things and split them into 0 groups. That doesn't make any sense. If I have 5 pennies and I want to split them into 0 groups, what does 0 groups look like, right? If I give you all 5 pennies, that's 1 group. There's no such thing as 0 groups. So what we say when you get this situation is that you say your slope is undefined. So basically it just kind of means this doesn't work. There is no slope for this. It's undefined. So what we can say is vertical slope is always undefined. So you can, again, you can do that system I just did where you found -5 over 0, or you can just remember undefined. If we want to know what that looks like in a coordinate pair, notice on this first one, copy them down. Notice on this first one, the y doesn't change. So what we can say is when the y doesn't change, it is a horizontal line. So it doesn't change up and down. It's one of these ones. So the slope of this, we don't even have to graph or do any math because we saw that these y values were the same. The slope is going to be 0. Looking at the next one, on this one, the x's are the same. So in this one, we can say when the x doesn't change, we should be able to know that it is a vertical line, right? It's one of these ones. So that must mean our slope is going to be what we discovered above. We would say undefined. So those are the two special cases. Vertical lines and horizontal lines have weird slopes. Everything else, we find that rise over run. So that's it for slope.